Join me for a little day in the life of a wannabe entrepreneur who really struggled to spell entrepreneur this many times. About a year ago, I started an Etsy store and I get a few orders every month. I feel super lucky that I've even gotten one sale and I'm still absolutely obsessed with crocheting even to this day. On this day in particular, I had an order to make, so spend the day with me while I make my classic floral book sleeve. The book sleeve that started me down a book sleeve obsessed crochet adventure. Keep an eye out for my upcoming fall collection. Okay, thanks. I'm a creature of routine, so every morning I start my day with coffee, breakfast, journaling, and then on my days off, I start on tackling the latest crochet project. I set up my space, I stare at my cats for a few minutes, and then I try to film some Instagram and TikTok footage while I'm at it. Multitasking is the name of the game when you're trying to build a business. In an effort to build better habits, and because I've decided to be hopelessly delusional about my abilities to retain information, I've challenged myself to watch some Skillshare sewing videos while I'm at it. Dressmaking is my next endeavor that I want to share with you guys, especially dresses inspired by my favorite fantasy books. Can I talk about Once Upon a Broken Heart, anyone? Like, come on. The amount of dresses that could come out of that book are insane. I do have a background in sewing too, so I'm not starting from nothing, but I have lost a lot of my skills over time. I do spend most of my morning crocheting the back of my book sleeve, which I just use a simple corner-to-corner crochet, which I learned pretty early in my crochet adventure. I love the way it looks. It comes together pretty quickly. I mean, mine took a little longer because I was watching videos while I was doing it, so this took maybe 2.5 hours. But if I was just concentrating solely on crocheting the back of this book sleeve, I think I could get it done in maybe an hour and a half. There does come a point though where even my big brain needs a break, so I take myself on a little mental health walk, followed by some well-earned soup. I also continue on my current book, although let's be honest, I'm reading about 5 different books. All right, back to it. Now that I'm done the back of my sleeve, I tackle my granny squares, the pattern of which I will link below. It's by Kirsten Holloway Designs, I believe, or Kristen Holloway Designs. I really love it. It really helped me learn a few new stitches I wouldn't have learned otherwise, so I highly recommend at least reading through the pattern. It's very, very interesting and very informative, and I love the way it looks. My goal for the day in my head was to complete all the crocheted components of the book sleeve so I could block it and then have it ready to put together tomorrow, and I think I did make good time. Always take cat petting mental health breaks though, remember that. It helps maintain the hustle. Also always take stretching breaks so your muscles don't atrophy. Nobody needs to see that, thank you. I am, however, still human, and I quickly hit another wall and I scurry off to tackle some chores at home. I am trying my best to still feel productive even when I'm not actively working on my goals, and there's no better feeling, at least for me, than cleaning the house because I'm just like that, and we had so much laundry built up. So I do that. I take a little vacuuming break around the cat's litter boxes. I have always struggled with my evenings and productivity, so while I let myself have time to hang out and chat with my boyfriend and make some dinner, I do try my best to get back to my ultimate goal for the day. So when all that is said and done, I do manage to complete those granny squares while I watch some TV, because you have to do productivity with reward. Finally, at around 8:30, I can block everything. I had a bad experience with blocking with steam, but I think I just made it too hot. I melted some acrylic yarn once, so I always just do warm water, spritz it on, and then use my blocking board and let everything set overnight. That's exactly what I did. When all is said and done, I do make sure to keep to my self-care routines and my bedtime routines because it really does make a difference for me. People don't say that for funsies, it really does keep myself on track. It makes a difference. Finally, before bed, I give myself some time to make a list of the most important to-dos to tackle for the next day. It helps me stay on task. And remember, I'm not forcing myself to do these things. If you try and force yourself into something, you'll drop off the routine in no time, so don't do that. Make plans that work for you, work on projects that you love, and most importantly, get lots and lots of rest. Thanks for spending the day with me, guys. See you in the next one. Get some sleep.